Welcome back to Grind Force Gaming, guys. Nova here again, and we're just jumping right into it here. This is a recording of the final fight against Nero in the Explore tab of the Catastrophic Recast, and I just wanted to show you my team comp here because I know people have been having a hard time with it, and this worked very well for me. I tried a lot of different things. It's tough because you got to deal with Bison, Nero, and you got to deal with Sagat. They're always healing themselves. It's just a difficult situation to get through, but I found that utilizing the armor break from Guile is actually quite effective as long as you're using manual mode. As you can see, I'm playing it in manual. It's not showing me doing the manual swapping here because it's just the recording of it. It's the playback, but I was trying to do it as best as I could to time the interrupts from B Zangief so that I wasn't taking too much damage. I've got Viper as the assist on Guile, and Guile's gear is not even leveled. I think I have one faction specific piece for him, but it's not leveled. I don't even think I did any of the engravings on it yet or anything. So this is really just kind of based on the stats that are coming in from the workbench, which is a huge thing as far as like these events go. Some of these fights are going to be very tough. It can be very disheartening, I think, for some people like just trying to beat it, going through this and having a hard time. But really most things in this are just kind of gated behind leveling up your workbench, getting those additional stats. So as you can see, that was the end. There's nothing else after that fight. That is the end of the Explore event. And once you complete that, you're done with that aspect of it. So here's the workbench that I set up for this specifically. I've got 2 for attack. And the reason for that is because this one's doing additional damage on the super combo and combo 2. Now, I'm not using a combo 2 with Guile, but it's great for his super combo to have a little bit extra damage. This one here is doing an additional 6% damage as its base. It increases when the HP is higher than 50%. So again, this is buffing Guile specifically. This one's great because there's a chance for everyone to have their attack boosted, and the percentage chance increases the more that you level that one up. So that's really nice. And then this one, anytime a crit is triggered, there's additional true damage, and that true damage level increases all up to 12%, I think, if I remember correctly. And then this one is, again, very specific to Guile. So anytime that there's any kind of armor break, damage increases. And so he's stacking that. I'm already boosting his damage a ton with the other things, and then this one is just kind of the icing on the cake for that. I was quite surprised, actually, when I made the swap to use him as my damage dealer, because I didn't expect to beat it so soon like that. I thought I'd probably have to play around with things a little bit more, but that's where my levels were, 22 on the first one and then 20 on the rest. And that was enough in that circumstance. And again, like I said, I don't have his gear fully maxed. He's only FS20. I don't even have him at FS30, and I have none of his SSS vehicles either. So just that alone, with all those upgrades and everything, it worked out quite well. I've actually really been enjoying this event. I like when they do things like this, when the events come out and there's like a lot of different things to do. I'd really like them to come out with another like group boss fight like they did for the Gorkan event. That was really awesome. But as you guys can see as well, I haven't used any of these pieces of currency from the event either. I don't know what I want to do. I think overall, it's going to be the T2 upgrades or the boost stones. I guess I'll probably kind of wait it out until the last day of the event to see what I need. And then that's what I'll use that event currency on. But I think the T2 upgrades and the boost stones should definitely be priority, or just any of like the enhancing stones as well. Like those can be really useful. I think getting the FS skills upgraded for the fighters is a very important thing to do. It's a huge increase in power and functionality as well. And as you guys can see too, I haven't even used any of my special summon tickets in quite a while. Actually, since Akuma was released, he was the last one that I did any drawing for. And I don't know what I want to do with those, because I don't think summoning for like a limited time fighter is the right move, because if you don't get it to SSS, then you've just wasted all of those tickets, because we don't know if they'll come back around again. So I just haven't really know what I want to do. I save them until I have like 1,000, and then I hope for an SSS of a brand new fighter. I don't really know the play here. I think that Evil Ryu is probably the best option between him and Akuma, between the two that are constants. But I really don't know. Apparently the Ninja Turtles are coming out here soon in this, so I think I might want to wait and just kind of see what that brings around. I might just wait one more month before I do it, because those two aren't going anywhere, so there's no rush. the likelihood of me getting them to SSS on that is not super great anyway. But anyway, all that aside, these are the teams that I'm using right now for I can't pronounce it. It starts with a Q, Cleefoth or something. These are the teams I'm using currently to do these fights, and I just thought it'd be fun to do a quick battle here. Now, I did pick up Nero. I definitely don't recommend, dumping anything into this game other than your time, but I did get him, and I was excited to, just kind of see how that played out in here. I think he's a great unit. If you are going to do, something, I think it's a fair play to get him. I don't think that you'll regret it, but again, like I said, I don't really advise throwing any money into the game. I think you should just play it free to play. You can definitely beat it with all the free to play characters, all the ones that are in here from the very beginning. But he is cool, so I just kind of wanted him. But these teams work extremely well, and I've really been enjoying kind of playing around with some of these fights. And I think that a lot of you should know that once you're leveling up your workbench, you don't have to have like super level fighters anymore. Like, you can use A grade fighters, and they're going to do well for you because they're going to get such a huge boost in stats from the workbench that they become viable even as an A grade. So as you can see, I had Gorken. He's an A grade. I'm using, is that Yun or Yang? I can never remember which one. It's Yun. I'm using Yun here. He's an A grade, and he does just fine. I'm just using him for his from the tag position, using his C1 because it's boosting my damage. But you can even see that he's out here on the field and he's holding up quite well. Like, he's doing just fine, even as an A grade, he's A plus, I think. But this is the last fight here, and you'll be able to see what I mean. Like, Nero is he's just really good, and it's really annoying. It's annoying that they made him so good and then stuck him behind that paywall, but it is what it is. This is kind of how things go. But I don't know about you guys, but I really do enjoy these battles. They're super fun going through these every time they do it. I love that they have the individual leaderboards. I really do wish that they had leaderboard prizes for your server. It's tough in the full servers because you're playing against all these whales, and like you're not going to beat them. So it's just kind of disheartening looking at these like top tier prizes and just knowing that you'll never be able to attain those. I wish that they would put something in your server so that you were fighting against less of those people and you had a better chance of getting a better placement. But that's kind of where we stand on that right now. This is obviously, this is a video that's being played back. This is an old score. I think this was actually 2 days ago from the time of me recording this. So I've gotten much higher. My workbench is also much more leveled up now than you can see it in this video. But I think I'm hitting like close to 4 billion now as my like ending points. But I was very surprised here on this next one once it pans over, seeing the amount of damage that Nero did. It's quite surprising. I really want to get his vehicles. Like, that is the thing for him. You need to get his vehicles. So I'm pretty pumped to see what those stats look like once I get all of those. I only have one right now, so it'll take me some time to do it, but I'm looking forward to doing another video about that once I do have that done, so I can show you guys the full functionality of it, because I think he's an incredible fighter. So let's see, where was my ranking on this? 4th, sitting pretty well in 4th. That's kind of been my standard position during this whole thing as far as my server goes. I've sat in 4th, and I've usually been like 50th to like 90, I guess, somewhere for like the battle zone rank. But again, like, some of these people's scores are insane. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat that or creep into it at all. But again, like I said, guys, here's the workbench. 22 on the first one, 20 on the rest of them at this point in time when I made the video. And that's going to conclude this one. Hopefully that helps you guys out. You can feel free to copy and use those same lineups that I used. And definitely don't forget to hit subscribe, throw a like on the video, and leave a comment as well. Cheers, guys.